Welcome to Dark Whispers, where shadows come alive and the truth hides in plain sight. Tonight, we delve deep into a chilling tale of terror, where the unknown prowls and the silence screams with fear. This is the story of the Vanishing Trail. In 1994, for college students Lisa, Michael, Cera, and He Feigned decided to escape their mundane lives for a weekend trip to the rugged, untamed beauty of the Rocky Mountains. Their destination, Blackwood Village, a small, picturesque town nestled near the infamous Lost Trail. But there was something wrong about that place. The locals had long whispered about a curse on the trail, claiming that no one who entered would ever return the same. They warned the students to stay away, to turn back before it was too late. But the group, young and eager for an adventure, rushed off the warnings with laughter, their hearts set on the thrill of the unknown. They had no idea what they were walking into. The group was last seen at a small gas station near the trailhead, gathering supplies for their journey. The clerk noticed them as they entered. They were cheerful, full of life, but as they prepared to leave, something strange happened. A sudden, unnerving silence seemed to hang over them as they looked toward the darkening forest. It was as if the forest itself was calling them, urging them forward. The next morning, their car was found abandoned at the trail's entrance, with no signs of a struggle. The search teams combed the area for hours, but they found nothing, no footprints, no traces of where the students had gone. Only their abandoned tent and scattered belongings lay abandoned. The only clue left behind was a single diary, a journal that belonged to Lisa. The diary began innocently enough. Lisa wrote about their excitement, how awe-inspiring the beauty of the forest was, how they marveled at the untouched wilderness. But soon, the tone of the entry shifted. One night, Lisa wrote, "We saw someone or something moving between the trees. It looked human, but its eyes, they weren't like ours. We tried to convince ourselves it was just our imagination. But now, I feel like it's always there, watching us, even inside the tent. I can feel its gaze, like it's waiting for us to make a move." Days passed, and the entries grew more desperate, more frantic. The last entry was barely legible, as if written in a rush, with shaky handwriting. "It's closed now. I can hear it breathing. It's right outside. I don't think we're going to make it out of here alive." The diary ended abruptly. What happened to Lisa and her friends? Where did they go? What followed them into the woods? Locals, steeped in the folklore of the area, believed the trail was cursed, haunted by the restless spirit of a witch who was burned alive centuries ago. Legend has it that her dying words sealed the forest in eternal darkness, condemning anyone who entered. None who enter shall leave unclaimed. The mystery remained unsolved for 20 years until, in 2014, a paranormal investigation team decided to uncover the truth. The team was led by Mark, a hardened skeptic. His colleagues Rachel, Danielle, and Chris were experienced investigators, each having faced the darkest forces imaginable in their careers. Armed with state-of-the-art equipment, they set up camp at the very spot where the students had disappeared, hoping to uncover what had happened. The first night, nothing, just the sound of the wind rustling through the trees. But by the second night, things began to take an eerie turn. Motion detectors went off without any visible cause. Cameras captured faint, disembodied whispers in the night, saying only one word: "Leave." Rachel, ever the skeptic, laughed it off, blaming it on the wind. But the tension among the team was palpable. Something was off. By the third night, everything changed. Rachel, the most experienced member, vanished without a trace. Her terrified screams echoed through the forest, waking the others. They rushed to her tent, but it was empty. Her belongings, The only behind was her flashlight, still on the ground, and her necklace, hanging eerily from a tree branch. The team reviewed the footage, their hearts racing in fear. The cameras captured Rachel stepping out of her tent. Her eyes were vacant, almost lifeless. She walked into the woods, her movements sluggish, as if something or someone was controlling her every step. A shadowy figure followed her, its movements jerky and unnatural. The team knew they had to leave, but the forest wouldn't let them. Every path they took brought them back to the same spot. No matter how far they traveled, their GPS devices malfunctioned, spinning wildly and displaying impossible coordinates. Chris began to lose his grip on reality. He muttered to himself, his voice cracking. "Can you hear it? It's calling my name. It's close. It's close." Dawn. Only Mark and Daniel stumbled out of the forest alive, but barely. Both were found wandering along a highway, miles from their camp, disoriented and in a state of shock. Neither of them could explain what had happened. They refused to speak about it, but the chilling words they repeated to anyone who would listen gave them away. "It's watching. It never stops watching." To this day, the lost trail remains closed to the public, sealed off by authorities who refuse to acknowledge its dark history. But strange sightings persist. Hikers and adventurers who dare to venture near the entrance of the trail claim to hear footsteps behind them, only to turn and find no one there. Others report seeing glowing red eyes watching them from the shadows. The mystery of the lost trail remains unsolved. What happened to Lisa and her friends? What force lingers in that cursed forest? We may never know. Thank you for joining us on Dark Whispers, where the unknown is our obsession. Do you dare to explore more of these eerie tales? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more spine-chilling mysteries. And remember, the darkness is always watching.